Okay, so how to build a massive back. In this video, I'm going to explain to you guys how the back works, which technique you should use, which exercise you should do, and I'm also going to talk about the rep ranges, okay? So this video is the only video you need to build a massive back, to get a back that you want, to train it properly, and to just get everything down. If you watch this video to the end, you will know everything you need to know to build a good back, right? So let's get into the anatomy first. So to train back better, you need to understand what you're training, right? Which exercises target different parts of the back. So as you can see here, we have the yellow muscles, and these yellow muscles are the upper back muscles. I'm gonna highlight them for you to make everything more clear. This highlighter. So put this in yellow. So we have the traps right here. The traps are technically neck muscles, but they also are part of the back. As you can see here, they go all the way down here and all the way up into your neck. So these are the traps, for if you didn't know. There's the middle back part. Then we have the rhomboids. That's actually the lower part of the traps, right? So the traps are one muscle, but they are technically also back muscles. So these muscles right here at the bottom, so the bottom part of the traps are actually the rhomboids, and they are technically part of your traps, right? But in the fitness community, they often get split into two parts, but they're actually one muscle. That's good to understand. So we also have the teres minor and minor. Those are the muscles right here. They're kind of underlaying muscles together with the infraspinatus. That is a muscle that lays under this muscle tissue. You can actually see it here. So that's infraspinatus and the teres minor and major. So these are the upper back muscles. And you also have the back of the shoulder, the deltoids, which I didn't write here, but they're technically shoulder muscles, so they shouldn't be in the back, right? So for the lower part muscles, we have the lats, probably the most famous part of the back, and the lat muscles are these ones. Those are the biggest muscles in the body. These are the traps, right? So this whole area here, those are the traps, right? And then we actually have the lower back muscles, which often get neglected. Don't forget to train these. I'll give you guys the best exercise to train these. And these are these muscles right here. Okay, so now that we know the anatomy, we can talk about the techniques that we need to know to train the back properly. So first thing, grip determines everything, right? Your grip determines most often which part of the muscle you're going to train. So, for example, I know that wrote it here. No, that's on the next slide. Okay, so the grip determines everything, right? If you do, for example, rows, and you do them with a supinated grip, with a pronated grip, I mean, that means you have your hands like this. If you pull like this, then your upper back muscles are going to be targeted more than your lower back muscles. Because if you pull like this, your elbow is automatically going to be pointing outward. And if you pull like this, that's really going to target the traps and the rhomboids and the delts, right? So if you do rowing exercise with your hands pronated, then your upper back muscles are targeted way more than your lower back muscles, right? And then what's the opposite of that? We have the supinated grip. And the supinated grip is where you put your hands in reverse like this. And also if you do this, you will automatically tuck your elbows more into your body, which causes you to pull more from the lats. So yeah, that's basically all you need to know about technique. Where's the slide? I can't find the slide. I was here, right? So we have a couple of mistakes, and this is really important to know. So to activate the lats, that's basically stretching the lats and contracting the lats. How do you stretch the lats? You can do it in two ways. You can move your arm up and down. As you can see, my lat is contracting here. So you can move up and down, or you can move to the front and back. That's also going to stretch your lat. So in every exercise where you do this and this, that's going to be targeting your lat also. You're going to be using your lat because you're stretching it and you're contracting it, right? And you probably may ask yourself, if you do this, if you do the pronated grip, then you're also stretching your lat, but it's way more if you do it like supinated grip, right? Then you're gonna feel a way better stretch in your lats. And to actually train the upper back muscles, the inside muscle, that's gonna give you the thickness. And thickness is basically training the rhomboids and training the teres minor and major. And how do you train these properly? How do you get the thickness? That's by moving your scapula to forward and back, forward and back. That's going to give you the thickness. That's really to contract your back like this and stretch your back like this. So this movement is going to train your traps and your rhomboids, and together with this movement is going to train the lats, right? So if you have both those movements, then you should be okay. Then you're training the whole back. A lot of people don't actually move their back like this, so they're not activating the muscles that do that, right? To give you the thickness. So they're not activating the rhomboids and the traps. And with the lats, stretching the lats and contracting it, most people do that right. So that's really easy. And the lower back muscles, you train them by bending forward and bending backward. But we're gonna get to an exercise which will make that a lot more clear, right? So yeah, as you can see here, the difference is what you need to get the thickness and the width is just technique, right? It's just doing this as opposed to this, or using them together to get both benefits, right? Mistakes, right, and techniques here. So now let's get into the exercises. For lats, pull-ups are a must. Pull-ups are great for, your whole back basically, but they can really target the lats if you use it properly. We also have lat pull down, which is just a sitting form of pull-ups where you sit down, you tuck your knees underneath the machine, and then you do the lat pull downs, right? They're calling it the lat pull downs because it activates the lats, right? And then supinated rows is also gonna target the lats because you have that supinated grip and you're stretching your lat forward and you're contracting it, right? So that's how we train the lats properly, right? Then for the upper back, we have barbell rows, as you can see here. This is the pronated grip, so it's going to target more of the upper back muscles like the traps and the rhomboids. Then we have the machine rows, and I have a picture here. These are machine rows. Oh no, these are not machine rows. Machine rows are basically like this, but at a machine. I will show you fast. Machine rows. Forgot to put it in. Machine rows are these. You've probably seen them in the gym. Those are these. Um, they train a lot of the upper back as well. If you have a grip like this, then it's actually a combination of the supinated grip and the pronated grip and the supinated grip. So you target more of the whole back, right? But these are machine rows. Nice for you to know. Um, so yeah, we have the pull-ups, which are great. We have the barbell rows with the pronated grip for the upper back. That's great. You can also do barbell rows with supinated grip, but they are targeting the lats more. So yeah, for upper back, these three exercises are a must. You can come really far with only these three exercises. Probably the only exercise you need. It's the only one I've used in my life. I've tried other exercises, but I just keep coming back to these because I love them. They're just so great. They'll never get tired. You just switch between these and you're good basically. Then exercises that train everything except the lower back. Yeah, so as I said, cable rows, because you have the grip like this, you're using the lats and the upper back muscles together. And also pull-ups. Pull-ups is great for everything for the back. I just love pull-ups. I can't stress this enough. Pull-ups is probably the go-to exercise. If you had to pick one exercise, it would probably be pull-ups for back, right? Because it just targets everything, You can do pull-ups in many different ways, You can manipulate pull-ups. You can do pull-ups where you're putting your chest to the bar. That's really gonna train your upper back muscles more. You can kind of keep your body more tight, more straight, where you don't put your chest to the bar, and then you're just isolating your lats. You can also do chin-ups, where you put your body straight, and then you target more of the biceps. So pull-ups and chin-ups are just great for everything, right? So yeah, Then the last thing I want to talk about is exercise for the lower back. So you only need back extension, right? If you do barbell rows, these ones, then you're already gonna put stress on your lower back, so it trains that as well. But this one is probably the only thing you need to train your lower back. If you don't have any experience, you can just do these without weight. You don't need to put a plate to your chest in the beginning. Just doing these without weight for 10 to 12 reps is really gonna fatigue your lower back. And you know, why I stress this? To be honest, I actually didn't do this exercise till a couple of years ago. You know, in my fifth year, in my fifth year of my gym journey, I started doing these, and it actually came because I never did those. You know, my upper back became a lot heavier, so I started to get pain in my lower back. But back then, I didn't know it was because I didn't train my lower back, and then when I had to work, when I had to stand for a long time, I always experienced lower back pain. And then it clicked like, ah, maybe I need to train my lower back. And started doing these exercises, in a couple of weeks, my back pain was almost gone. Now I've been doing it for months, and I almost never have back pain again. So if you're experiencing lower back pain, this exercise can really save you. You should try it. Okay, I'm at the end of my slides now. I didn't add a slide for reps and stuff because I always keep it the same. I keep it really simple. You pick a weight for the first two, so you do three sets. The first two sets, you pick a weight which you can do between 8 to 12 reps. So if you pick a weight where you can do 8 reps, then you just keep following that until you can do 2 times 12 reps, and then you up the weight. And then for the third set, I always go to failure. You know, last set I always go to failure. Why do I do that? Failure is really important, right? Without failure, you're really taking away progress, right? You should go to the maximum that your muscles are capable of pulling. For this example, pulling from the back. So you should always go um, on the last set till your maximum, right? Know where you go. Make your body so fatigued that you can't even do one rep anymore on rows, for example, right? And this is really gonna break your back down so it can come back stronger, so it can build up again, and next time you'll become stronger, right? So yeah, I promise if you just follow what I just told you here, that's the only thing you'll ever need for back. So yeah, if you like this video, um, um, I'm doing free one-on-one coaching. So I have a link in the description. You can just sign up. You can add to your agenda. If you want one-on-one coaching for absolutely free, if you want tips from me, you're struggling with some topic about fitness, you can just ask me. I'm doing free coaching, half an hour. If you really want it, you can do it. Soon I'm also going to start a course. It's not ready yet, but I'm just going to put a lot of tutorials in there. I'm going to give you guys a lot more value than I'm giving here. So if you're interested in that, you can already join for a limited price now. And yeah, till next time.